If there's one thing I've learned from my 18 months on YouTube, other than the fact that lots of people will wish death upon you over a small difference of opinion about football, it's that people love these big mammoth videos. Unfortunately, they can take a long time, and today's video in particular was a real killer. It might surprise you when I tell you that there are 54 UEFA affiliated European top flights, and when we put the word every in a video title, we stay true to our word. Whilst I'm pretty familiar with the Premier League and La Liga, even the Eredivisie and the Portuguese Primeira Liga, I can't say I spend my weekends watching much of the Moldovan Divizia Națională or the Crimean Premier League, so this video required some hard yards in terms of research. So the least you good people of YouTube can do is give us a cheeky subscribe if you don't already, seeing as though I reckon I can resign with my head held high once I hit 1 million subscribers, and the sooner we get there, the sooner I'll get some sleep and the chance to see my family again. Right, as usual, the list is based on current ability. So not the greatest of all time, and not who is in the best form, just who we think is the best footballer right now. Just a heads up, some are pretty obscure, so apologies in advance if we don't have images for everyone. Here are our views on the best footballer from every top flight in Europe. Albanian Superliga. Reginaldo Fife. You could be forgiven for thinking we were going through the leagues from strongest to weakest, since we start with the formidable Albanian Superliga, but we're actually doing it in alphabetical order. Mozambique international left winger Reginaldo Fife, who previously played for Nacional in Portugal, is our choice as the division's finest player, and also probably our choice as the best name in this entire list. Reginaldo plays for FK Kukesi, who were founded in 1930 but didn't play top flight football until 2012. They've had a remarkable rise in recent years and won their first Albanian Superliga title in 2017. Andorran Primera Division. Javier Charcopa. Sadly, I'm going to have to be terse with some divisions, since this video would be a few hours long if I afforded them all as much time as the Albanian Superliga. The Andorran Primera Division is the joint worst league in the entire continent of Europe according to UEFA coefficients, having amassed a measly 1.831 points, and even Gibraltar has 4. Javier Charcopa is our pick as the league's star man, a 26-year-old Ecuadorian right winger who plays for FC Ordino. Armenian Premier League. Sergio Gonzalez Teston. Stepping up the calibre of player in this list, ever so slightly, Sergio Gonzalez Teston is a Spanish left-back formerly of Atletico Madrid. The 23-year-old never played for the La Liga Giants first team, but he did amass a fair number of appearances in the B and C teams. He joined recently promoted Armenian Premier League outfit Ararat Armenia over the summer, where we think he's become the league's standout individual. Austrian Bundesliga. Munez de Boer. The 12th highest ranked division in Europe according to UEFA coefficients, there are a handful of decent players based in Austria, the vast majority of whom play for RB Salzburg. Our choice as the best of the lot also plays for the Red Bull owned outfit in the form of Israeli centre forward Munez de Boer. Formerly of Grasshopper in Switzerland, De Boer is a smart and technical forward who likes to drop off and make it difficult for defenders to stay with him, and he's scored 35 goals in 77 games since signing for the Austrian champions. Azerbaijan Premier League. Dani Quintana. Well-travelled attacking midfielder Dani Quintana is the second Spaniard to feature in this list, and the 31-year-old has played in Spain, Poland and Saudi Arabia prior to his arrival in Azerbaijan in 2015. His side Qarabag have won the league every season Quintana has been at the club, and the technical and creative former Valencia trainee has played a major role in those successes. Belarusian Premier League. Igor Shitov. Alright, yes, his name is Igor Shitov. Let's just get it out of our system right now. Are we done? Right. The 6th player to feature in this 7, and the first to be from the nation that the league in question is based in, experienced right-back Igor Shitov has won 62 caps for Belarus. Having previously played in Russia and Kazakhstan, Shitov is a robust and occasionally rash fullback who loves to attack down the right flank. He currently plays for Dynamo Minsk. Belgian First Division A. Hans Vanaken. Given that Belgium currently top the FIFA World Rankings, their domestic game isn't particularly impressive. Anderlecht are by far the nation's most successful club, but it is the reigning champions Club Brugge from whom our pick is taken from. Hans Vanaken has been impressing since his days at Lokeren, but he only broke into the Belgian national team fold for the first time in 2018, now aged 26. A really intelligent central or attacking midfielder with an eye for a pass, we can't overlook Vanaken for the Jupiler Pro League. The Premier League of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bojan Pavlovic. Despite having a population of just 3.5 million people, Bosnia and Herzegovina have produced some decent players in recent times, most notably Edin Dzeko, Miralem Pjanic and Asmir Begovic. Those three all, unsurprisingly, play their football outside of Bosnia though, so our choice for the Premier League of Bosnia and Herzegovina itself is 32-year-old Serbian goalkeeper Bojan Pavlovic, who has previously played in Serbia, Macedonia, Azerbaijan, Israel and Georgia. Unfortunately, we only have this one picture of Pavlovic in our database, as you may have guessed, but at least it exhibits his fine shot-stopping abilities. Bulgarian First Professional Football League. Renan. CSKA Sofia and Levski Sofia have historically been the two giants of Bulgarian football, but it is Ludogorets who have dominated the nation's footballing scene in recent years. Having never won a title up until 2012, they have won the league every season since then. Unsurprisingly, our choice as the division's best player plays for the division's best club in the former Brazilian shot-stopper Renan dos Santos. Better known simply as Renan, the former Botafogo shot-stopper is agile, strong and has excellent reflexes, so he gets our vote. German Bundesliga. Robert Lewandowski. The first of Europe's big five when it comes to football leagues to feature in this list, it is actually a pretty tough choice with regards to the Bundesliga. The candidates are plentiful, from experienced names like Manuel Neuer, Thiago and Thomas Muller, to younger players like Joshua Kimmich, Thorgan Hazard and even Jadon Sancho. Ultimately though, we think it's a choice between Robert Lewandowski and Marco Reus, and we've gone for the probably somewhat unpopular pick of Lewandowski. Reus is a superb footballer, so quick and dangerous when he's fit, and he's been brilliant this season. Lewandowski though just doesn't stop scoring, he's far more dependable and he's bagged 24 goals in 26 games so far this season. I think I'm right in saying only Lionel Messi has more of any player in Europe's top 5 leagues. Crimean Premier League. Sergei Ferenchak. Founded in 2015 as a result of Russia's annexation of the Crimea and UEFA's refusal to allow teams based in the region to be incorporated into the Russian league, just 8 clubs compete in the Crimean Premier League. Experienced and versatile 34-year-old centre-back or defensive midfielder Sergei Ferenchak is our choice as the division's standout player, and he plays for 2017 league champions Sevastopol. Croatian First Football League. Arian Ademi. 2018 World Cup finalist Croatia are in a similar boat to a lot of countries, in as much as they have no trouble producing quality players, but are unable to keep them in their domestic leagues. Arian Ademi is actually a former Croatian international, having won 3 caps for his native nation, but he now represents Macedonia. A really powerful and industrious defensive midfielder, Ademi plays for Dinamo Zagreb. Cypriot First Division. Facundo Pereira. Not to be confused with fellow Argentine forward Facundo Ferreira who plays for Benfica, Facundo Pereira plays for Apollon Limassol in Cyprus. The 31-year-old, who is equally adept in attacking midfield or as a centre-forward, has previously played in Argentina, Chile, Mexico, Greece and Azerbaijan, but he arrived in Cyprus in the summer where he's bagged 10 goals in 16 games. Czech First League. Michal Kremenchik. One of the stars of Czech football right now, Michal Kremenchik is unusual in the sense that he is a bit of a throwback of a striker. A true poacher who offers little other than goals. Thankfully for Kremenchik, he's very good at finding the back of the net. He has averaged a goal every other game since breaking into the Victoria Pleasant side in 2011, and has a similar record of 8 goals from 19 caps for the national team. Danish Superliga. Viktor Fischer. The great hope of Danish football during his teenage years, Viktor Fischer first left the country at the age of 17 to join the youth setup at Ajax. There were high hopes for the talented youngster who had got tongues wagging in Denmark's youth teams, but after a few decent seasons, he was sold to Middlesbrough for €5 million. That proved to be a poor career move, and in January of 2018, he returned to Denmark to sign for FC Copenhagen. Since then, Fischer has been the best player in the league, and at 24, he should still have a shot at the big time. Danske Bank Premiership. Paul Healy. The outstanding domestic player in Northern Ireland, it's a little surprising that a League 1 or 2 club hasn't taken a chance on Paul Healy on a short-term deal. Now aged 31, the chance of making it across the water has probably gone for the prolific left-winger now. The Football League's loss has certainly been Crusaders' gain though. The Belfast-based outfit have won 3 league titles since Healy arrived in 2012, and his 112 goals in 196 games has obviously played a pretty significant part in those triumphs. English Premier League. Kevin De Bruyne. So this won't be a popular opinion, but only because people have short memories. If I'd said Kevin De Bruyne was the best player in the Premier League this time last season, most people would have agreed. If you say it now, you're an idiot, purely based on the fact that the Man City star has had a couple of injuries. When fit, he's the first name on Pep Guardiola's team sheet in terms of outfield players. Arguments can be made for the likes of David De Gea, Virgil van Dijk, Eden Hazard, Mohamed Salah, Harry Kane and Sergio Aguero, and good arguments too, but De Bruyne still edges it for us. A beautiful footballer in terms of his understanding of the game, his vision and his accuracy in the pass and shot, I don't pick the player that I think most people will agree with. I pick the one that I think is the right choice, and for the Premier League, that is Kevin De Bruyne. Eredivisie. Hakim Ziyech. It's a bit of a nasty choice for the Eredivisie between Hirving Lozano and Hakim Ziyech. Both are players we like a lot, albeit for very different reasons. Lozano is an all-action, exciting wide man who can leave a fullback for dead and strike a ball on goal. Ziyech is a wonderfully intelligent and technical attacking midfielder who has been outstanding at Ajax for years now. You could throw the likes of Dusan Tadic, Daley Blind and Matthias de Ligt into the discussion too, but our choice is Ziyech for now. Estonian Meistriliga. Igor Morozov. Capped 30 times by Estonia and counting, our choice as the country's top flight's best player is towering 29-year-old centre-back Igor Morozov. A kick-it, head-it type of no-nonsense defender, Morozov has had brief spells in Poland and Hungary, but has spent the vast majority of his career with current club FCI Levadia in Estonia. Faroe Islands Premier League. Alexander Stankov. It won't surprise you to know that I know roughly as much about football in the Faroe Islands as Boris Johnson knows about car manufacturing. Nothing. But my research has led me to 2 players, Alexander Stankov and Adrian Justanusen. Stankov is a Macedonian forward who plays for HB Torshavn, whilst Justanusen is a 20-year-old native who plays as a midfielder for Havnar Boltfalag. Finnish Veikkausliiga. Riku Riski. Whilst their football-loving neighbours Sweden have played in a World Cup final and reached multiple semi-finals, Finland is still yet to qualify for either the World Cup or the European Championships. Versatile forward Riku Riski is our choice as the nation's top flight's best player, the quick and technical former Rosenborg man currently turning out for HJK. Georgian National League. Sergei Pogorelli. Founded in 1990 following the breakup of the Soviet Union, the Georgian National League is made up of just 10 teams, and Dynamo Tbilisi have dominated the division since its inception. Our choice as the league's number 1 plays for the lesser-known FC Samtradia though, and that man is Ukrainian goalkeeper Sergei Pogorelli. Gibraltar Premier Division. Manuel Arana. It may surprise you, since Gibraltar are far from footballing powerhouses, but the tiny British overseas territory gave us our toughest selection dilemma in this list so far. It was a choice between former La Liga wide man Manuel Arana, now of Europa FC, and prolific Argentinian centre-forward Leonardo Carboni, who plays for Mons Calpe. We edged towards Arana, but it was a difficult call. Greek Super League. Kostas Fortounis. There are lots of talented foreign players turning out in the Greek Super League right now, and we almost went for Pontus Wernbloom here, with Bibras Natko another credible candidate. In the end though, it's homegrown talent in the form of Kostas Fortounis who gets our pick. A really talented and technical footballer who looks his best when just allowed to roam around in a number 10 position, the Olympiakos star has scored 59 goals in 181 games since returning to its boyhood club. Hungarian OTP Bank Liga. Davide Lanzafame. We recently did a whole video about the rise and fall of Hungarian football, and it's an Italian who takes top spot in Hungary's top flight. Davide Lanzafame is a former Italian under-21 international who came through the youth ranks at Juventus. A tricky, versatile forward, lands of fame plays for Ferencváros, having previously turned out for Budapest Honvéd. Icelandic Men's Select Division. Birkir Marseversen. Iceland have been the fairy tale story of European football over the last 4 or 5 years, and our choice as the Icelandic Men's Select Division has been a big part of that success. Experienced right-back Birkir Marseversen has spent most of his career in Norway and Sweden, but he returned to Iceland to sign for Valur in the summer of 2018. Capped 86 times by his country, Seversen is quick, tall and energetic, even at the age of 34. League of Ireland. Michael Duffy. The League of Ireland's best player is a Northern Irishman, for our money at least, in the form of Michael Duffy. Having impressed at Derry City as a youngster, Duffy joined Celtic in 2015, but he left 2 years later, having failed to register a first-team appearance. Now a regular fixture at Dundalk, the 24-year-old is quick, skillful and confident on the ball. JD Welsh Premier League. Daniel Redmond. The fact that the biggest clubs in Wales compete in the English league system inevitably makes it a real struggle for the Welsh Premier League, but somewhat ironically, we think it is an Englishman who is the best player in the league right now. Daniel Redmond played in the academies of both Everton and Wigan before kick-starting his professional career north of the border in Scotland. He signed for Welsh Premier League outfit the New Saints over the summer, where we think he's become the division's best player. Kazakh Premier League. Marin Tomasov. Kazakhstan may be better known as the largest landlocked nation on earth than it is for its footballing prowess, but there are some handy players in the Kazakh Premier League. Ivo Ilicevic may have had a good chance here less than a week ago, but he joined FC Nuremberg in the Bundesliga at the end of the transfer window. Astana right-back and Serbia regular Antonio Rukavina is an excellent candidate, but in the end, we've gone for his teammate Marin Tomasov. A fleet-footed left-winger who played in Croatia, Germany and Saudi Arabia prior to joining Astana, Tomasov was capped once by Croatia back in 2013. Football Super League of Kosovo. Armen Dalku. Founded in 1945, albeit under a different name, the Football Super League of Kosovo was considered an unofficial division up until Kosovo's admittance to join the governing bodies of FIFA and UEFA in 2016. Kosovo native Armen Dalku, who spent the majority of his career playing in Ukraine and won 64 caps for Albania between 2005 and 2013, is the league's best player. Aged 35, but still a fantastic athlete, Dalku is quick, strong, relentlessly hardworking, and defensively assured. He joined Kosovan outfit Pristana in 2016. Ladbrokes Premiership. Kieran Tierney. Some might make a case for long-term Rangers loanee Jermaine Defoe since his January move north of the border from Bournemouth, but we're sticking with Celtic's brilliant left-back Kieran Tierney, who is some 15 years younger than Defoe. Tierney is a tough but composed fullback who has been progressing nicely for some time now. He has won a record 3 Scottish Young Player of the Year awards and has been linked with numerous Premier League clubs. Latvian Higher League. Darko Lemajic. Only founded by a merger in 2014, Riga FC won promotion to Latvia's top flight in their first season in operation, and they won their first title in 2018. Our pick for the Latvian Higher League is Riga starman Darko Lemajic, a 6'5" Serbian striker who can't stop scoring. Lemajic, unsurprisingly, poses a significant threat in the air, but he also has a decent first touch and a smart finish on his stronger right foot. Ligue 1. Neymar. The 3 best players in Ligue 1 are obviously Kylian Mbappe, Edinson Cavani, and Neymar is the best of the 3. Kylian Mbappe is absolutely sensational for a 20-year-old, and he has the potential to be the best footballer on the planet. But right now, Neymar is PSG's most gifted individual and the star of the show. Blessed with wondrous touch, wicked feints, and all the flair in the world, Neymar plays with a boyish spirit, and although his diving gets on our nerves, he is the 3rd best footballer in the world. Lithuanian A-Liga. Sandro Gutal. Another big centre-forward who presents a real threat in the air, Austrian frontman Sandro Gutal is our choice for Lithuania's A-Liga. At the age of 27, Gutal has already played in Austria, Croatia, Switzerland, Turkey, Poland, Israel and Belarus, but he is currently in the best form of his career in Lithuania, where he scored 8 goals in 13 games. Lotto Extraklasa. Pedro Tiba. There's a strong Portuguese presence in Poland's top flight, and you can make a good case for the three best players in the division, all hailing from the country that won Euro 2016. Certainly we think the best of the lot does, and that man is Pedro Tiba. Once a regular at Braga in the Premiership, Tiba is an intelligent and creative central midfielder, and we think he looks a cut above the players around him at Lech Poznan. Luxembourg National Division. Milan Bisevac. Capped 19 times by Serbia between 2006 and 2014, Milan Bisevac is short by the standards of Serbian centre-backs at 6'1". Having played for the likes of PSG, Lyon and Lazio, Bisevac is clearly a player of some pedigree, and at 35 he is now plying his trade in Luxembourg. Macedonian First Football League. Goran Popov. There's a bit of a theme emerging with some of the more obscure leagues, whereby the best player is an older player who has spent a lot of time abroad before returning to their domestic division. Goran Popov is another who falls into that category, the 34-year-old former Macedonia international, having spent 11 years overseas before returning to Macedonia in 2014. Popov is a big, strong left-back with a belting left foot, but he can play a bit too. Maltese Premier League. Nenad Slivic. Uncapped Serbian central midfielder Nenad Slivic is our choice for the Maltese Premier League, having only recently joined last season's runners-up Bolton FC. Slivic has previously played in Serbia and Kazakhstan, as well as spending a single season with Rostov in Russia, and he's a well-rounded, box-to-box midfield player. Moldovan National Division. Al-Hadji Kamara. Moldovan football is dominated by one team, FC Sheriff, located in the unrecognised Republic of Transnistria, and our pick for the Moldovan National Division unsurprisingly turns out for the 17-time Moldovan champions. Al-Hadji Kamara is a quick and powerful centre-forward who has previously played in Sweden, Saudi Arabia and in the MLS with DC United. He has scored 9 goals in 14 games since signing for FC Sheriff. Montenegrin First League. Stefan Lanka. There's a slim chance some of you may have heard of Stefan Lanka since he joined Alaves of La Liga this January. You may be wondering why he makes this list then, but that's because the Spaniards immediately loaned him back to his Montenegrin club, Istra 1961. Aged 22 and capped twice by Montenegro, Lanka plays as a holding midfielder. Norwegian Elite Azerian. Niklas Bentner. The man, the meme, the legend. This may be the first time that Niklas Bentner has featured on HITC Sevens. Certainly the first, in a positive capacity anyway. Bentner was often mocked during his time at Arsenal for considering himself to be better than he was and for making some rather daft comments to the press, but we do now think that he's the best player in Norway. The big Dane joined Rosenborg back in 2017, following a brief spell with Nottingham Forest, and he has since scored 35 goals in 81 games. Portuguese Primeira Liga. Yacine Brahimi. Portugal's Primeira Liga, or Liga NOS, is a really entertaining division, albeit rather dominated by the big three. We had lots of options to choose from here, from Benfica talisman Jonas to Sporting midfielder Bruno Fernandes, but at the last second, we edged towards Yacine Brahimi. At the peak of his powers right now, Brahimi is a fantastic dribbler of the ball with excellent technique and the pace to match. He was the BBC's African Footballer of the Year in 2014 and already has 6 goals in 16 league games so far this term. Romanian Liga 1. Harlem Ganoia. Romanian football has suffered rather a significant fall from grace since the days of Steaua Bucharest winning European Cups in the mid to late 1980s and the national team reaching World Cup quarter-finals in the 1990s. Nowadays, Romania's top flight is ranked below Azerbaijan's, and we think the league's star man is Harlem Ganoia. The 30-year-old Parisian centre-forward joined Steaua from Dinamo Bucharest back in 2017, where he has averaged a goal every other game. Russian Premier League. Claudio Marchisio. This might be a controversial choice since Claudio Marchisio hasn't really set the world alight since signing for Zenit St. Petersburg, but we still think he's the best footballer in the Russian Premier League. There are other good candidates like Igor Akinfeev and Mario Fernandes, but Juve legend Marchisio still takes it for us. Sammarinese Football Championship. Mirko Palazzi. With a population only a little over 30,000, it's no surprise that San Marino's national team and national league isn't among Europe's elite. Mirko Palazzi is one of very few Sammarinese footballers to turn professional, having played in the 3rd and 4th tiers of Italian football. Now aged 31 and back in San Marino, playing for Pen, the experienced and exceptionally versatile international is the outstanding player in the Sammarinese Football Championship. Serbian Superliga. Marko Maric. It's another easy decision for the Serbian Superliga, and this time it's a player most of you will have some recollection of. Marko Maric impressed in the Bundesliga with Borussia Mönchengladbach and Werder Bremen as a youngster before spending 4 years contracted to Chelsea, during which time he was loaned out on 4 occasions. Now aged 29, Maric is slippery and skillful, and he joined Red Star Belgrade from Olympiacos over the summer. Syria. Cristiano Ronaldo. No shocks here. Syria is home to a handful of extraordinarily gifted footballers, from centre forward Mauro Icardi to centre back Kalidou Koulibaly, and Ronaldo's own teammates like Paulo Dybala and Miralem Pjanic. Ronaldo is a special player though, one of the greatest of all time, and he is still a force of nature at the age of 33. A 5-time Ballon d'Or winner who relishes the spotlight and the big occasions, Ronaldo has scored 17 goals in 29 games since signing for Juve, where he hopes to inspire the club to a first Champions League title in 23 years. Slovak Superliga. Andres Spora. Guaranteed goals in the Slovak Superliga, Andres Spora was so prolific in his early years with Olimpia, Ljubljana, that he was snapped up by Basel in 2016. The goals dried up in Switzerland though, and Spora returned to his native Slovakia in 2018. Since then, the pacey poacher has bagged 18 goals in 28 games for Slovan Bratislava. Slovenian First Football League. Martin Milak. From Slovakia to Slovenia, Martin Milak is another player who impressed in his domestic league and earned a move abroad before returning to star in his homeland once again. Milak's move was to Standard Liège, where he made 39 league appearances in 3 years, but the attacking right-back is now back in Slovenia with Maribor. Spain's La Liga. Lionel Messi. I'm often told off in the comments for waxing lyrical about Lionel Messi too much on the channel, but I'm not sure that is possible. Messi may well prove to be a once-in-a-lifetime talent, so watch him and appreciate him while you can. There are many great players in La Liga, such as Luka Modric and Antoine Griezmann, but Messi is on a different level, so he comfortably takes it for Spain's top flight. Swedish Allsvenskan. Andreas Granqvist. The man we pick as the best player in Sweden right now, and not just because he bagged a couple of penalties at the World Cup, is veteran centre-half Andreas Granqvist. Granqvist may look like a titan at the back at 6 foot 4 inches tall, but he's actually a very measured and intelligent centre-back with good technique. Capped 80 times by Sweden, Granqvist briefly turned out in the Premier League with Wigan, but he's better known for his spells with Groningen and Krasnodar. Swiss Super League. Kevin Mbabu. Former Newcastle United prospect Kevin Mbabu made just 5 appearances for the Magpies before they let him join Young Boys on a free transfer in 2017. That may be something Rafa Benitez lives to regret, as Mbabu looks like a class act right now. The 23-year-old, who plays primarily as a right back, is quick, strong, and clean in the tackle. He loves to get forward and has a decent delivery on him when he does, and having won his first cap for Switzerland in September, it wouldn't surprise us if Mbabu got another crack at the big time before long. Turkish Super League. Fernando Muslera. Capped more than 100 times by Uruguay and still only 32, we think Fernando Muslera is a pretty underrated goalkeeper. That may have something to do with him dropping a clanger at the 2018 World Cup and the fact that not a lot of people tune in regularly to watch the Turkish Super League. Well, outside of Turkey at least. Muslera is lean and agile with excellent reflexes, and he takes this one ahead of the likes of Fernando and Gary Medel. Ukrainian Premier League. Tyzon. The final entrance in this list, and I award a gold star to those of you who watched the whole of this video and didn't just skip to the leagues you're familiar with, we end with the Ukrainian Premier League. Absolutely dominated by Shakhtar Donetsk and Dynamo Kiev, it is Shakhtar who rule the roost at the moment, and it is Shakhtar that our main man plays for and captains. Brazilian international Tyzon is quick, tricky and explosive, and despite numerous links to Europe's top leagues, the 31-year-old has been playing in Ukraine since 2010. So that's it for today's Not Actually a 7. As always, let us know any new video ideas you'd like to see from us in the comments. Thanks for watching, Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications for HITC Sevens for more from us.